Hey, this is Get Real with Shaylee Jinsade, and I'm on that series still of the basic needs for kids. Today we're going to talk about real love, and oh my goodness, it's tough. This really should have been the first one, but I felt like I wasn't quite there to talk about it. But um, anytime that you're taking care of a kid, they are going to take, and it's going to require energy, it's going to require focus, it's going to require time, it's going to require planning, it's going to require you to give and give and give and give and give. And that's what love is. So we're going to talk about real love, and I want to talk specifically what I feel has been maybe a source of confusion for parents. Love does hold people accountable. It Whenever your child misbehaves, when we talked about emotional security last time, and this is what prompted me to really bring this in right here. Your child needs to know that when you correct them, when you have to bring them back to the rule, and you have to reinforce a rule, this is never personal. This is never out of, I'm angry at you personally. This is supporting the rule and supporting the fact that this thing called love is really tough. And it's really hard to be a parent. Sometimes we have to do things that are just uncomfortable. And one of the hardest things to do is to let a child struggle. I remember my older girl learning to put on her clothes, and she would work on it and work on it and work on it for hours. It was everything. I just wanted to pull those socks on for her. She had to learn how to do it, and she did. It was beautiful. But there will be other things that are even harder than that, and that's whenever they do the wrong thing, and it is so easy to bail them out of the consequence. We cannot do that. We have to let them live through the consequence. If they stick their finger in their mouth and they bite their finger, it is going to hurt. And they learn not to do that. They learn to, when they start feeding themselves and they start learning and growing, they learn to navigate. They learn to watch those steps, and they learn to watch the uneven ground, and they learn how to climb and hang on to that swing when they're swinging. And we cannot mitigate and stop and interrupt the emotional or other natural consequences that come if they mistreat another child and that other child walks away and doesn't want to play with them. We have to accept that as a natural consequence. Whenever we enforce a rule and we say, okay, if this is what happens, you decided to do this and this is what's going to happen, that means the very first time and every single time, the consequence has to be brought to fruition. This is tough. It's not fun. It's not fun for them. It's not fun for the person who's having to follow through with the rule. It's very easy to just say, oh, well, I forgive you. Let's move on. No, this isn't forgiveness. This is not love. Love allows the natural consequences, because what you're really doing is you're saying, I'm weak and I'm lazy and I'm a weenie here, and I'm not going to let you learn this lesson. I'm going to bail you out. I'm going to be the enabler. I'm going to teach you to misbehave, and it will continue. That misbehavior will continue. You will have trained the child to disobey the rule, and you will have trained the child that that particular rule can be broken with no bad results. And just like falling out of a tree, you're going to go down every time, or you're not hanging onto that swing, you're going to come flying out. There are real things in the world. If you're going to play in the street, you could possibly get hit by the car. We have natural results. If you're mean to other people, if you run over them, if you're not kind, if you demand things, if you're not thankful, if you misbehave in all kinds of levels of ways, if you do those things in reality, in life, there will be some very bad things that happen. You'll be lonely. You won't have what you need in life. You won't be able to keep your job. So yeah, as far as that 1-year-old or 2-year-old or 3-year-old, when you decide No, it's not okay for you to throw your food all over the kitchen when it's, time to eat. You have to find out what is a reasonable consequence that you can follow through with every time. But it has to be a consequence and it has to be consistent. And you're not doing this because you're upset. That's the main thing. They need to know this. You're doing this because you love them, and you have to show them the reality, the real reality, and the true way things are. And once they learn to play by the games of life, they will succeed and they will be winners. They will do well. They will thrive. But they will never be able to do well in the world, in their life, if they think that the rules are theirs to manipulate and just continually reinvent every time they want. If they play game with others and they think that they don't have to play by the rules and they can reinvent them all the time and they never have to give others the same respect as they expect for themselves, that's just a whole world of hurt. And love does not do that to a child. Love comes in and says, this is how we love. This is how we give. This is how we respect others and how we expect others to respect us. This is love. And so I just want to encourage you today, when it comes to emotional security, your child will push boundaries and they will do that to see if you really care about them. And when you don't follow through with what you've said you're going to do, they're very insecure and they will never trust you the way they should. And they will never feel like you're really in charge and that there's anyone in this world that's in charge. And they will feel very out of control and unhappy and scared and angry and defiant. So please, don't look at discipline or training or correction or, coming in and saying, oh, we've got to address this. Don't look at that as being in conflict with your child or in a power struggle with your child. Look at that as the same as hugging them, rocking them, singing them goodnight. You're giving them the structure, the foundation, the tools to be happy. And what I would like to say is a lot of times when I had to follow through with some results and consequences when my kids were young, I would say, I want you to know Mom loves you. And this is why we have to do this, because I said this, I have to keep my word. And I love you too much to let you be unhappy. I love you too much to let you be unsafe. I love you too much to let you believe a lie, whatever it pertained to. And I just want to encourage you, don't be afraid. You're not going to lose the favor and love of your child. Be the adult. Be the strong person. Follow through. Keep your word. Back up the rule you've set. Be strong. Love your child. That means you give, and you don't worry about how they feel about it. You're the person that makes the decision here. You have to do what is right by them. You have to do what is best for them. Look at that and do the best you can. I want to encourage you. I want to inspire you today to be strong and give your child real love, not just a whimsical attachment. Everybody's attached to their kid. Not everybody can give that selfless. Put them first. Put them before your feelings. Put them before your convenience. And I promise it will just be amazing and wonderful. So until then, I hope you're getting real. Get real with your kiddos. And I'll see you next time.